Hi, Ken here. I get a question pretty regularly about what we see in the marketplace as recruiters. Now, I venture to guess that you've got a very good network. You've been in the industry for a number of years. You've got people that you know locally, some maybe nationally, some friends and networks. But I'll be so bold as to say I know a lot more people and I talk to them more regularly. Literally hundreds, five, 600 people a year in the industry, owners, decision makers, plant managers, and such. I know the marketplace and what's going on. We see five things that are going on in the marketplace right now. They make it challenging to hire, recruit, and retain. Number one is an old culture. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. You've got people that are running the building, they've been there 25, 30, 40 years, but they're still in the past in some of the ways that they hire. Where that really manifests itself is in putting certain parameters on what they're looking for, especially job turnover. It's not the fault of an employee who has been in the printing industry and seen their companies lay off, get merged, change direction. That's been happening a lot. So people have more jobs in their on their work history than maybe you want to see. Go back when I first started in 2005. We could sit there and pull out people that had been with the company 15, 20 years and make a move. That's a rarity now. And if somebody has 15, 20 years, they don't want to move now. They're going to hold on. So it's tough to find people who don't have multiple jobs in the last 10 years. The second thing is a relocation from companies to, excuse me, a reluctance of companies to do relocations. Now, we find that interesting because of the fact that your plant's been in the same location for 10, 20, 30 years. You know everybody, you've hired them, they've either been, fired or laid off or whatever, but there's really no new people in the backyard. So not being open to relocation and making it simple doesn't really make sense, and it makes it more difficult to find somebody who is qualified and wants to be there. The third thing is a lack of transparency. We feed off of this. Companies make changes and directions, and they don't always explain what's going on to the employees. That creates doubt, these question marks. We thrive on that. As soon as something comes up with a company, the employees don't understand, they think the worst. And so they think their job's at risk and they want to be proactive and they call us and they end up moving on. And the company never even knows why. Even if it's not even true what the person was thinking, they find another job through somebody like me. Fourth is an aging workforce. It's been very difficult to find people, more so, and it keeps getting worse. When we first started in 2005, if you wanted a sheet fed pressman Heidelberg, there was just a ton of people out there we knew. They were actively looking. We might be able to bring you 15, 20. Now, those people have retired. They've left the industry because of 2008, 2010, all the industry changes, mergers, acquisitions. They just got tired of changing companies and they left the industry and went and did something else. There's much fewer people. And that goes for label pressmen, sheet fed pressmen, folder die cutters, finishing operators, all that, even the middle management. So that's one of the big challenges. But if you're taking a look at that, the last thing is the salary compression. We find that this industry has been seeing their compensation rise dramatically. We know this because we look at our fees. Our fees are tied to the actual compensation paid. We've seen a 35% increase in our fees. We haven't changed our fee structure. The compensation has changed. You have to pay your employees more. We get a higher percentage of that. It's tougher to recruit, but the salary compression makes it easy on us when we find a company that is enjoying the fact that they've got a stable workforce they've had for 25 years. Everybody in the building, 90% of it's been there for 25, 30 years. The problem is over those 25, 30 years, they've gotten pay raises, and the highest paid person in the building is still 40% lower than a new person that's being hired by their competition. So when they need to hire, they can't hire the new person because they would make more than their highest paid employee of 40 years, and they get stuck. The two things about that is it becomes impossible to recruit for that company. But more importantly, when we find out about it or the employees find about their underpay, then frankly, there's a rush to the door. Recruiters go in there and make phone calls and just, pull people out of the building as fast as they possibly can, or the company eventually bites the bullet and makes an adjustment in the compensation. Either way, those are the five things that we see. One is a adherence to an old culture that doesn't really happen to hold up to the industry standards, what employees look for. The second would be reluctance to relocate and really be realistic about that. The third is a lack of transparency in the company for what's really going on, causing people to look out elsewhere. The fourth is an aging workforce. And the fifth is compensation, being underpaid in a marketplace, not being competitive. So if you want to talk about how we can help with that, how we can find the right person, check their background, experience, compensation, and verify the location is someplace you want to be, that's what we do. We do everything we can to make sure we make a good fit and help you find that person so that they stick. Just give us a call. We can chat about it and see what we can do about giving you market information or helping you find the right person. Thanks a lot.